set out everything that you think you need for Europe. Now let's get rid of half of it. Today I'm going to help you pack for Europe. Plus I'll give you some packing tips and travel tips like how to avoid foreign transaction fees at the ATM and some upcoming changes to EU travel law that you need to know because they will affect you. Before we start, let me just say that my name is Steven and welcome to Ginger on the Go. I've been a full-time traveler now for around 8 years. I've been to around 80 countries. And I'm not trying to flex, I'm just trying to let you know where I come from so that when I talk about these Europe packing tips, you know I'm not full of hay. Also, everything we talk about, you'll find links to in the description below. Okay, things everybody needs. Of course, you need your passport. It's a good idea to carry another ID as well. You should make copies of these. Store them in the cloud or email them to yourself. That way, if they get lost or stolen, you have copies that you can take to the embassy to figure it out. Travelers from the US can also apply for a passport card when applying for your passport. Now, this card only works at a few borders like Mexico and Canada. It does not work in Europe. But it's a nice extra layer of comfort that if you lose your passport, then you can take this card, you can take the copy of your passport, you can go to the embassy, show them both. In that situation, the more information you have, the better. Okay, getting cash out. When you get cash out in Europe, your bank will charge you a foreign transaction fee that can be upwards of $5. But you can avoid this fee if you open a bank account online with Charles Schwab. It's free to open an account, and at the end of each month, they refund you those foreign transaction fees, saving you a lot of money over time. Of course, it's always smart to travel with a credit card. Try to get a travel credit card that earns you miles as you go. That way you can earn perks and make it a little bit cheaper for yourself. For your debit and credit cards, try to get one with Tap Pay. This is pretty new to the US, but they've had it in Europe forever. You can pay by swiping, but they'll want to check your ID and it just kind of becomes a hassle. So if you can Tap Pay, it's quick, painless, and easy. And one last important note on debit and credit cards, call your bank and let them know that you're traveling in Europe, or they might suspect fraud and freeze your accounts, which is not fun. It's easier to call before you leave home than fixing it when you're on the road. I also suggest getting a money belt or a passport organizer. This just helps you keep all your documents in one place. This is the one I use. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to get the job done. Okay, upcoming changes to EU travel law. If you are watching this video after January 2022, you will need to get an ETIAS visa waiver before flying to Europe. Everyone from outside the EU will need this visa waiver before entering Europe. Now, if you want to know more about this upcoming change to EU travel law, I've linked a detailed blog post that I wrote in the description below. Check it out. Now, you'll also want to pack some emergency cash. These are North Macedonian dinar donors. They're not really my emergency cash, it's just nobody will exchange these. I like to divide mine up between my passport organizer and my secret stash, which I won't tell you. That way, if my wallet and passport organizer get stolen, then I still have a safety net I can fall back on. Now, you can also add a card if you use iOS to your Apple Wallet and just leave that card there for emergencies only. And one last thing you need to do before you pack for Europe is like this video. A phone is another essential we need for traveling Europe. You want to make sure it's unlocked. That way you can use SIM cards from any country you're in. You can check if it's unlocked or ask it to be unlocked by calling your service provider. I will say that if you're making monthly payments to pay off your phone, there is a good chance that your provider won't unlock it until it's completely paid off. But they might have a plan that covers Europe for a little bit more money. If not, make sure to turn it into airplane mode or turn off your roaming and your data, or your bill is going to be really high. Happened to my mom. Another pro tip, get the Netflix app, which lets you download shows and movies offline. That way, when you're on a plane or a train or you're just in a hostel with bad Wi-Fi, you can watch your shows. Gotta stay up with the Kardashians, I guess. I've never watched the Kardashians. To go with your phone, bring some noise canceling headphones. These are great for movies or podcasts, or just not killing that guy snoring next to you. They drown out most noise except for babies on planes, because nothing drowns out babies on planes. I use the Scully Crusher wireless. I love them. They have good sound, good bass, good battery life, and yeah, they work for me. I like them. And of course, if your phone is not doubling as your camera, you should get something that's small, lightweight, not too expensive, but gets the job done. You want to save these memories. A power converter is a must. It lets you use any outlet. I like the Epica Universal Travel Adapter. It has USB ports. You can use it anywhere in the world, and you can charge multiple things at once. When traveling Europe, you'll be using map apps to navigate. You'll be snapping those Instagram-worthy pictures and binging Netflix when you're waiting for a train or a plane. And so having an external charger is key. I use this one. It's called the NIU. Anyway, there are some pros and cons to this one. The pros is that the battery lasts a long time. It has 2 USB ports, so you can charge multiple things at once. The con is that it takes forever to recharge. But if you plug it in every night before bed, I think you'll be good. And with all your devices, make sure you bring the wires. It's pretty obvious, but I forget them as well. Everybody forgets them. And then you gotta buy them on the road, which isn't fun. All right, clothes, which take up the majority of our bag. And we all want to overpack. But I ask you to think about when and where you're going. Say you're spending 3 months hopping around the Mediterranean, Italy, Greece, Spain. These countries are hot, they're dry, and they get very little rain in the summer. So, do you really need to pack that heavy rain jacket? No, just take space. Think about when and where you're going and adjust your packing accordingly. Look up the weather. It can save you time, space, and weight. Underwear. For underwear, I like to take 3 or 4 pairs. My go-to travel underwear is the Ex Officio Give and Go. They dry fast, so you can wash them in the sink. They are odor resistant, so they smell fresh long after I've stopped smelling fresh. And they're very comfortable. Shoes. Europe equals walking, and so comfortable shoes are a must. Find something that fits you comfortably, that you can walk around in for a long time. If you're buying new shoes for Europe, break them in before you go. And I like to bring a pair of flip-flops as well for hostel showers, or sometimes I'll wear them walking around if it's a hot day. They're nice to have as well. For socks, bring 4 to 5 good pair. Merino wool is the go-to travel sock. They are breathable and they keep you warm and your feet dry, and they're odor resistant as well. They have lightweight versions if you're traveling in the summer, so check them out. We have some links to our favorite socks in the description below. You also might want to carry a pair of heavier socks to keep your feet warm on cold plane rides. Seriously, why are planes always so cold? Or in case the hostel is blasting the AC. Bring at least 2 casual button-up shirts. These are perfect for a night out, a photo op, or just an extra layer if you're a little chilly. Key things to look for in a travel shirt: what's it made out of? Is it wrinkle-free? Is it odor-resistant? And does it wash easily? For t-shirts, don't overpack them. Bring 3 or 4 good ones that you like, that go with your button-ups. And if you need more on the road, this is Europe. there's literally H&Ms everywhere. For Europe, I like to bring 2 pairs of jeans and then like 1 pair of casual pants that are good for nights out. Shorts are not as popular in Europe as they are in America, but you should bring a few pair anyway. Make sure that 1 pair is a pair of swimming trunks if you're around the water. These can also double as workout shorts. Typical American stereotype is like a t-shirt with cargo shorts, so leave those khakis at home, gentlemen. If you do need a jacket, you should get something that has the correct lining for the weather you're walking into. You should also make sure it's weather resistant and water resistant and odor resistant, and something that you can pack easy. Don't judge it based on the name, but I like the Patagonia Nano Puff. It's insulated, it's stylish, it's lightweight, and it's easy to pack. So that's something worth checking out if you're interested. Towels, there's really only one option. You want to get a microfiber towel. These are lightweight, they pack easy, they dry quick, and they get the job done. All right, here are a few packing tips for you. Packing cubes. Packing cubes are great because they compress to save space and they help you stay organized. Rolling your clothes also makes them tighter and easier to pack. Personally, I like to take my rolled clothes and outline my backpack with them. That way it's an extra layer to safeguard against my electronics. Also, ball up your socks, put them in your shoes. This saves a little bit of space, but every little bit counts. Also, bring a book. I prefer books over a Kindle. That way I can trade it with another traveler or exchange it out at a hostel. I like to highlight passages that I found helpful. That way when the next person is reading it, maybe they'll find it helpful too. It's cool. You should do it. I'm trying to make it a trend. So grab that highlighter and start highlighting what you like. Journals are a great way to see how your travels have changed you. They are also a way to relive these memories in the future. I always suggest keeping a journal. Again, it doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to get the job done. You want your basic toiletries, right? You want your toothpaste, your toothbrush, your razor, floss. It is very important to floss. But you don't want to overpack these. These are easy to find in Europe. So if you forget something at home, you can pick it up here easy. No need to stress about it. For medication, if you're taking medication, you want to make sure you bring your prescription. That way, if you get stopped at customs, you can show your prescription and prove you're not a drug runner, that this is your medicine. You should also know that many countries in Europe have very strict requirements about how much medication you can bring in. So you need to talk to your doctor or research it before packing it, or they might take it at the border if you get stopped and checked. And that's it, guys. Everything you need to pack for Europe. Of course, we're all a little different, so if you need to tweak this list here or there, feel free. The important thing is not to overpack. We want to save on weight. And if this video helped you at all, do me a favor and help me out. Like this video, subscribe. We have new travel videos every week. And until next time, travel with confidence.